Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy! Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast. This week is episode 57, and we're going to talk to you guys about...
57?
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Okay.
Keep it rolling. That's funny.
We have an outtake for you guys.
Hey, welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast. This is episode 67.
67.
We didn't really... It is 67. Shut the hell up. So... This is the third take of trying to get this episode rolling. And
the shortest episode.
It's like not even a full episode because we were struggling to try to figure out what we were doing. So, yeah, we had supposed to have a guest on, and he had some conflicts again. So we ended up moving on to something else. So we're just going to shoot the business here a little bit and then get on with it. But poor Alan was struggling, and Dennis has had a bad day, and y'all are going to pay for
my wife
for the last 45 minutes.
I just had to pause again. Yeah, so
they're trying to figure out what's for supper.
Yeah. What's for dinner's whatever. Anyway, so we're going to talk about some stuff. We got some big news about the Rockin' Podcast. It's coming up in August in Nashville. So, Dennis, you got some information about that?
Yeah, it's the Rockin' Pod Expo.
Sorry.
And it's going to be at the Music Valley Event Center, which is actually right across the street, basically from the Opry Mills Hotel, Opry Mills Mall down there.
And for those of you who are not mind readers, that's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee.
In Nashville, Tennessee. I'm sorry. I know that place very well, actually.
Oh.
But anyway, it is on August 26th. It's going to be on a Saturday. They are going to have just a buttload of different podcasts that are going to be down there set up. We're going to be there are also going to be some vinyl and some memorabilia vendors on site, question and answer sessions, and signings with certain rock celebrities to be announced later on. There'll be a charitable auction and more. It's going to be a good time. Like I said, if you ever wanted to meet, some of us, punch us in the face, whatever you need to do.
And I've been on stage with Ron Keel, so anybody that wants my autograph, I will be happy to give.
There you go. Yeah. So
Bill's like, who's that?
No, I know who that is.
But anyway, we're actually looking forward to. I had a cigarette with Ron Keel outside that day. We were standing out there. That dude's, I'm 6'3", and
he's
I was
he's tall.
He is really tall.
He's a tall dude. I was like, oh, son of a bitch, you're a big dude.
He was funny that day. He was so funny. I was having a bad day, the week leading up to that expo. It was just a bad week. Things weren't going right, And he got off the plane, and the first thing out of his mouth when we got to the luggage carousel made the whole thing worth it.
What did he say?
I'm not going to repeat it because it was pretty insulting to somebody else that was there with me.
Oh. Well, there you go. Set it up and then just let it go.
Yeah.
But, I sat out there and because you couldn't smoke in the venue. You could smoke out in the hallway. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's like you couldn't smock in the room, but you could go out in the hallway and just smoke the shit out of stuff.
Yeah.
So we were standing out there, and I sat out there and had a couple cigarettes with him back when I did smoke, and but no, he was a real nice guy. But anyway, we're going to be down there in Nashville. It's going to be a good time. Like I said, if you want to come out and check it out, like I say, it's going to be in August. And
tell them about the price of admission and the perks. And
so, price of admission, you can go. There's a GoFundMe site if you want to go to that. It's a Rockin' Pod Expo GoFundMe site, and we'll put a link to that on our own Facebook page and our website. But you can go on there, and if you GoFundMe, do an early $20, you get your admission taken care of. For $35 through the GoFundMe, you can get your admission plus a T-shirt. Now,
does that admission? Which one of those admissions gets you in early?
Mm-hmm.
I think the 35. I'm not for sure.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so the 35 gets you in like an hour early for the vendors. So if you want to get there early, And if you go to the GoFundMe site, it explains all that. Like I said, a lot of this is new. Like I said, the venue said we've had a lot of issues. A lot of details are just coming out and changing as we go.
Well,
I mean,
it's still in the
it,
early planning stages, so that's to be
exactly.
expected.
So that's what I'm saying. The guests and stuff like that have changed, and some other things have changed. But basically, the vendors are going to be there. So especially if you want some good vinyl and some collectibles, that'd be a good place to go. It's
One,
going to be a good time. We're
one
going to
Hey,
have a great.
just to clarify, $20 gets you
Yes, into the
twenty
venue.
dollars in the GoFundMe campaign gets you admission an hour early
that
Yes.
into
okay,
the
okay.
expo.
Does it? Okay.
$35 gets you a T-shirt and an hour early admission, as long as you donate it through the GoFundMe campaign.
Okay. Because it's going to
There
be
you go.
$20 at the
At the
door.
door. Yeah.
But you can't. But if you do it early at the GoFundMe site, you do get early entrance.
Now here's the
Right.
thing.
Okay.
If you go to the GoFundMe thing, or I should say, when you go to the GoFundMe thing,
Right.
and you put in your $20 or your $35, mention that we sent them to you. We don't get
Please
any
do.
perks out of it, but
No.
Yeah, actually, just type it in there. Yeah, type in there.
we get a good pat on the back from our friends at Decibel
Exactly.
Geek and the other guys that are. BJ Cramp is the other guy that's helped organizing that.
Right.
And having put together an expo before, I can tell you it's a lot of work. So
Exactly.
the effort they're putting into it is nothing to sneeze at.
And there's some extra perks. I mean, if you guys want to do that, I know we haven't really talked about it, and some other people are doing it. But if you want to pick a topic for this show, if you would put an extra, what would a topic be worth, guys? What do you
Well,
think?
I think most of the other podcasts are $100 put towards the GoFundMe. You get to
Right.
be a guest on their show, and you get to pick a topic.
That would be a good.
I'm good with that.
We'll do that. So if you want to come on the Ages of Rock, pick a topic, Skype with us. We'll set it all up. We'll have to, we'll have to pick a date and make sure everybody's schedules are.
You have
Go
to
ahead.
show proof that you did that.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to actually put in there in the
Yeah, put
on
in
the
there.
GoFundMe
that
that it was for
yeah.
Ages of Rock.
So we'll get it
for
posted
Ages
up
of
there
Rock
too.
for a guest spot on the show or whatever you want to do for that. But yeah, that would be cool.
Now
And
something
we'd like to
else,
see that.
yeah, something else cool. When we're actually at the expo, we're going to have our own table, and we're
Yes.
going to do a show from the podcast expo itself.
Exactly.
I'm going to have my mixer set up, plugged into our camera, and we're just going to sit there and have 4 or 5 microphones plugged in, shooting the shit. And anybody that wants to sit down and shoot the shit with us,
Yep.
fire away.
There'll be other podcasters there and just people walking by. If you want to sit down, talk to us for a little bit.
And any of the
That's fine.
podcasters that want to jump on, come on over.
Exactly.
If you want us over at yours, we'll come over there and say hi.
Kind of like Dennis's couch, but in Nashville. How's that?
Dennis's couch and a much nicer. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Dennis has a very nice
There you
house.
But no, like I say, it's going to be a fun time. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope meeting a lot of people down there, a lot of these other podcasters, and I think it's going to be a good time. I'm really looking forward to it.
I think it's
So
going to be
anyway.
fun too.
So
While
we'll work with them to get that posted. So if you go to the Nashville Rockin' Pod Expo, you'll see a thing that says perks, and click on that, and then you'll see us on there eventually. So give us a little bit of time. We'll work on getting that posted up there.
Right.
So $100 might be a little rich, but we'll take it.
Well, we can make it less.
Let's
You
do
wanna go?
50.
Okay.
Let's do 50. We're you
Let's
know
do
what?
50.
We're cheap.
That's what she said.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, $50 will get you a spot on this show. How's that? I like that.
That's cool.
I like that,
Well,
Bill.
what would $100 get somebody?
The ability to replace any
shows?
any of us on the show except Alan.
You get to be on the show, but Alan's going to be shirtless. No,
Well, that's gross.
no,
Vomit.
I actually would pay $100 not to see that, so we'll be okay on that.
There you go.
No, well, let's do $50. I don't think we have to do
50, yeah, let's do $50, and
Okay.
that'll get you. $50 will get you into the show, a T-shirt, right? Because they're going to pay for Isn't that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then you get to be on our show
and pick a topic.
via Skype and pick a topic and hang out with us. I think it's a good deal. And the thing is, too, if you're not going to be able to be in Nashville, but you enjoy podcasts,
You can still
and
be
you
on the
wanna-
show.
you could that, and you can send $5 to the GoFundMe site
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
just to make this happen.
Let us go in there and donate $5. Come on.
Because we're going
Don't
to
go
be
by Starbucks. And
exactly.
donate $5.
It's the price of a cup of coffee or a Big Mac. You can make this thing happen, because what's going to happen for us is it's going to get us more listeners. We're going to meet a lot more people, have a chance to interview more people. It's just going to be a good for everybody. So give it up, give $5. Anyway.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, anything else before we kind of, like I said, I know this was a quick one. We had this night was kind of messed up. I do want to mention that Chuck Berry passed away since our last show. I don't know of anybody who was in a garage band that was is my age that did not play a Chuck Berry song when they first learned guitar. It was it's just one of those things where that was one of the ones that you had to learn. I hate to see, like I said, we keep seeing our legends pass. Speaking of a legend, Boston drummer.
The drummer for Boston is, we're probably going to pronounce his name wrong. Is it Sib, S-I-B?
Yep.
Sib
yeah.
Hashian, I believe is how it's pronounced. He was on the Rock Legends cruise, and I guess he was in the middle of a performance and passed out and never regained consciousness.
They said it was cardiac, I believe.
Yeah.
He's 67. Like I said, though, it was funny, though. Every thing that I saw about that thing was talking about his afro.
His meticulous hair.
He had this ginormous afro. And I mean, that was one thing that they always mentioned about him. But he was a hell of a drummer. I mean, hell, look at the first two Boston albums, and I think they said he left in the middle of third stage. So, but anyway, we met. He's one that's passed. And then here, go ahead and tell your joke, or not joke, but it was
No.
no, it was like the Chuck Berry. So it was Chuck Berry.
I'm not telling that.
Oh, come on.
No. That's
Chuck
bad.
Berry.
That is bad juju, man.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it.
Oh my gosh.
Chuck Berry's. Go
So
there.
do we have anything else? Or are we just talking Rockin' Podcast?
No, I think we're just yapping.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just yapping, and like I said,
next
we
week,
actually-
folks, we'll probably be back to normal, or as normal as it's going to get for us. But it's just been the last few weeks. Life gets in the way, and we don't get paid to do this. This is a hobby, so sometimes life kicks us in the crotch.
we've been, like I say, work has been busy. We've all got side stuff that we do, bands and sound jobs and families. Like I said, it's been a hectic few
Those
weeks.
darn families.
They are.
All right, guys. Well, that's ought to do it, eh?
That ought to do it. Visit us on agesofrock.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Stitcher Radio. Till next week, peace out.
See you, people.
Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.